For 5 decades and 4 generations in that 5 decades, besides the Food King has been feeding South Trinidad and to a lesser extent Princestown. It's a fantastic achievement, and
Absolutely.
our Otto Carrington ventured to South Trinidad, and specifically besides the Food King, to get a feel of how they've been in existence for so long.
It began over 50 years ago, where a young man and a young woman had a dream.
Standing the test of time, the Passard family is a name that resonates within the household of many in the Princestown community. It was a dream of the patriarch of the family for a better future. 50 years has gone with hard work and commitment. It has birthed to what we know today as Passard Group of Companies. The name may not ring a bell immediately, however, their subsidiaries will. The Passard family and their business prowess is known to many in Princestown. We focus on the Passard family in this Guardian Media Community project as they share their road to the top. Speaking on behalf of the family was Director of Passard's Group of Companies, Vernon Passard. He described his parents as mere farmers who had heart and commitment.
My dad had a vision for himself and his family because he was one of 21 children. And he recognized that there were certain industries, like the sugarcane industry, that probably would not have provided him with the future. It would have been the stepping stone to his future.
Known for establishing their name in the supermarket retail industry, today the Passard family has stepped into new industries such as hospitality, nightlife, and exporting. At their core, Princestown was their main focus, helping the many over the years. Reflecting, Vernon says he has seen Princestown evolved. He says so many are unaware of its history. He added that it's just not the Passard family has left an indelible mark in the business landscape, but other families has established themselves as well.
In those days, Princestown was referred to as Mission. So the original name for Princestown was Mission. So everybody used to say they're going mission. Then after, when you had the princes that came to the Anglican church and planted the trees, then after the name of Princestown was rebranded. And I have grown up walking through and passing through Princestown. And as my days have passed, so I have seen Princestown evolve. And many of the businesses now in Princestown are strong families who have had significant ties to the development of Princestown, developing and building Princestown.
Yes, indeed. Walking through Passard, the Food King supermarket, the community support Vernon and his family receives can only be described due to years of relationships. Caring for his community, Vernon says they are now promoting a buy local produce campaign. He added this will give support to the many farmers in the area. He added it's not just about profits, but also ensuring that his customers who are family to have access to the best possible produce.
So we took supporting local and put it in front of our store so that the community could recognize that this is their business. So when the local farmer passes and they see tomatoes on the stall, they will pop in and say, Mr. Passard, you know, I have a field of tomatoes coming up in about 2 weeks' time. So we will send you inside and we'll make notes that in 2 weeks' time, Mr. John has tomatoes, a field of tomatoes, so that we're going to be working with Mr. John for the next couple of weeks to farm his field of tomatoes.
Vernon says now the only option is to continue growing hand in hand with Princestown. However, the group of companies will still maintain its philosophy.
We have evolved nationally, our brands are known nationally, but our philosophy remains the same, being close to our customers.
Otto Carrington in Princestown for the Guardian Community Project.
What a fantastic story. Well done, Otto Carrington. Thank you very much for your reporting on that. And it also shows that public-private partnership, if you want to call it that, between stakeholders in Princestown. So I really like that. Congratulations, Mr. Passard, on 5 decades of service.
Thank you very much. Today actually is my elder brother's birthday, and he is the one who stood with my dad to build the business. So I'd like to say happy birthday to him as well. My dad being a stalwart of the community, a central key foundation pillar of our business. was my dad, my mom, but also the philosophy, giving the customer value. It's businesses for not for a day. According to my dad, businesses for a lifetime. So I know we had earlier questions on how come Princestown? Why is Princestown the mecca for the best prices in the country?
Please answer it.
I can tell you that. A heart. When you run business with a heart and you consider the people around you, you know your customers. Princestown, the primary income of Princestown originally was agriculture. So agricultural families would have toiled and struggled to make ends meet. So the profit margin on products could not have been great. But it was for, according to my dad, businesses for a lifetime. So you want to make that future, it will take a lifetime. So don't dig out people's eye. Put a reasonable price. And today, that philosophy has borne fruit, that we have been fortunate through that struggle and through those sacrifices, that we are able to provide 8 stores across the Southland of Trinidad with the same philosophy that we take to all the communities, from Myra to Point Fortin. That is what we do. But also, that philosophy is contagious. Hence, you see other businesses within those communities follow the same principle, smaller markups, and what? Successful business. And that is the success of Princestown.
Masuku, do you think that Princestown rivals Shogunas and the feelings that people typically have about shopping in Shogunas as a place to go to get good bargains?
Yes, I think so. Princestown has really been a challenge for Shogunas where shopping is concerned, because I have friends and family who lives in Shogunas, comes to Princestown to shop because we have brand names in Princestown. You have the Passards, you have the Shalinis, you have the JDs and so on, which they have created that brand name for themselves over the past 50, 60 years. And in families, you will also have traditions that are hand down. So you'll have parents taking their children to Princestown to shop and introducing them to the bargains and to the, the nice brand names that we will have. And not only to shop, but to recreate also. So Princestown is an area where families spend a lot of time, some pastime, education-wise, shopping-wise, and all.
Mr. Ramsume, I just want to test Mr. Prasad's premise that he spoke with Otto about the pride of place that local produce will get in his storefront. Do you see that kind of welcome embrace from the business community toward farmers, toward their produce, to make sure that they get the space and the partnerships that are necessary to market local produce?
I would like to commend the Prasad Group company, Mr. Vernon Prasad, for that initiative of incorporating small farmers. He mentioned about the tomatoes and the pimentos and all the vegetables and fruits, etc. All right. I would like to see other large supermarket chains in Trinidad and Tobago do a shop front with all those local vegetables. That is an excellent opportunity. I commend the family, and that is the business of agriculture, because the benefits of that to Princestown and to the farmers is that a farmer has a guaranteed market for his pimento, his pineapple, and so many other things on a long-term basis, so that he can go and invest to produce more. And I commend the Passad Group of companies for that, and I want all the other chain of supermarkets in Trinidad and Tobago to follow suit.
Mr. Matura, what do you think makes businesses stay in Princestown? Last week, when we had our discussion on Sangre Grande, we heard some of the concern that people get their businesses up and running and then they move out to greener pastures or brighter lights. But amongst ourselves this evening, we're hearing that people start in Princestown, stay in Princestown. What do you think is the secret to that formula?
Thanks very much, Faye, and good evening to everyone as well, and of course the viewers. And I think Mr. Prasad would have touched on that too. And when you look at businesses in Princestown and the businessmen themselves and their families who run businesses itself, it's something from the heart. And when you look at customer service, which is very important in business, Princestown has that. And if you visit the JDs or the Passads, you would see Mr. Vernon, Mr. Passad out there. You would see Dave and his family who has other businesses there. but they don't just have managers or supervisors on that floor. You will see the businessmen themselves out there getting a sense of, what needs to be changed, what needs to happen in order for development. And I think that makes the difference in Princestown and the businessmen in Princestown. When they serve, they add value to the people, but they serve from their heart and they get that feedback from the customers themselves.
From an economic point of view, how business friendly is Princestown?
I think it is very business friendly. Again, you would have issues in the sense of some people may have issues with the traffic flow and parking in Princestown itself, and that is a major issue. That is something that we have always, I have been there in the council for a while. We have tried different strategies in the sense of directing traffic using different roads. And today, we have left the roads free. And that would have been helped with and we will go, we'll go into the police aspect of things, but with the policing itself and of course traffic wardens. But that would be the only thing that I think that would have contributed, it has to contribute to the economic essence of things there, is that people may feel a little hard, well, where do I park? And that is something that we actually going to work on. But in the sense of business, people still come to Princestown, and we would have touched on the fact that the prices is just right.
So Sergeant Jagru, how does your operation manage that balance of wanting the business community to flourish and thrive, but to also get the cooperation from customers to park where they're supposed to park? Have you been able to strike that balance?
Well, pleasant good evening to everyone. Good evening to members of the interview panel. In response to that, Ms. Richards, during my time there as the supervisor at the station, I would have communicated with other persons, other stakeholders. For example, the municipal police. The government is presently on a drive of recruiting and employing a lot of municipal police officers in conjunction with the traffic wardens. What we do have at Princestown is a collaborative effort. We are not operating as an element or component by ourselves. We're operating in conjunction with the other, that is the traffic wardens and municipal. And by so operating, we've been able to harmoniously intertwine with the businesses, with the persons, with the public. We deploy personnel during strategic times, even in times when you would find like a shift is being relieved at a station, like let's say between 7 to 8, we'd cause patrols to be deployed and continue to be deployed even as the shift changes. So there'd be a smooth transition. As a consequence of that, you'd find that officers, either from the Princestown station itself, or officers from the traffic warden department or municipal at any given time, would be there and visible on the streets, actively patrolling, in conjunction also with members of the Emergency Response Patrol, which is the ERP unit, that are always visible, always in and around, and the officers are always willing to engage with members of the public, are very polite, and are really, really equipped in terms of their knowledge and capacities as their ongoing training as well, in order to treat with any issue. We do not have an issue in terms of crime in any, I would say, a very low crime rate in Princestown. For my 18 years of experience, there are not many issues in relation to crime.
We are going to touch on crime very soon, but traffic is a huge talking point. It's a really small town, so it's a real challenge for Sergeant Jago and his team. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, as Sergeant Jago has already taken the conversation, we're going to talk about crime in Princestown and many other details next.